Hey guys, No MD Lover here, and I'm going to be summarizing the lore a little bit too late of chapters 1 through 4 of Poppy Playtime. Yeah, let's get in. Chapter 1 of Poppy Playtime. Huggy Wuggy wasn't just a mascot when we first meet Huggy Wuggy. It seems simple. A scary blue mascot comes to life, but if you pay attention to the tapes and the way Huggy acts, he doesn't move like a robot. He stalks you. He waits. He plans. That feels intentional. And then we learn about the early experiments at Playtime Co. That's when it clicks. These toys weren't just machines. They were experiments using human subjects. Huggy might not be a toy. He might have once been a person. That completely changes the tone of the game. Suddenly, it's not just killer mascot. It's the field experiment. The chapter of 2. Mommy Longlegs knows too much. Mommy Longlegs isn't just aggressive. She's emotional. She gets angry. She panics. She even sounds betrayed. And right before she dies, she screams about him and says he'll make her part of him. Then we see that mechanical hand drag her away. That moment is huge because now we know there's something bigger than the other experiments. The prototype. And he isn't just killing toys. He's collecting them. Chapter 3. Control and Fear. Chapter 3 goes deeper into psychology of everything. We start seeing how the toys were manipulated. Gas, fear, tactics, isolation. It feels less like random chaos and more like a broken system trying to control its creations. Some toys even seem loyal to the prototype. That's interesting because it suggests he isn't just scavenging parts. He might be leading something. But in Chapter 4, we find out the Bigger Bodies Initiative was a disaster. By Chapter 4, we find out the Bigger Bodies Initiative is clearly the core of everything we've seen so far. Playtime Co. wanted smarter, bigger, living mascots. They pushed their experiments further and further. And I think the prototype was one of the earliest major successes, which means he had the most time to think, to observe, to understand what was happening. If you realize he was created through human suffering, that could explain everything. He's not just a monster. He's the result of people trying to play God. The main theory that I have, I don't think the prototype is randomly evil. I think he's trying to evolve. Every time he takes parts from another experiment, he becomes more complex, more complete. It feels less like mindless violence and more like construction. He's building something, maybe himself, maybe something new entirely. And what if the Hour of Joy wasn't just random chaos? What if it was organized? And what if the prototype let it? Not because he loves destruction, but because he wanted to stop the experiments. That leads me to the next part of this. But watch the gameplay for a bit. I believe that in Chapter 5, we will see the full body of the prototype. Not just parts, his complete form. And Giblet, he will be a major ally. Instead of being weak or useless, he'll actually help us out a lot and maybe guide us through parts of the factory. Lily Lovebraids, I believe, will actually be a good character. She won't be evil. She'll chase us because she's trying to stop us from leaving. Either to protect us from something bad happening, or because she's too childish to let go. Chapter 5, I believe, will focus more on big reveals instead of just new monsters. But I also believe that we'll be doing a boss fight with the prototype. That's my whole theory. Bye, y'all.